Hey Geekly, Tikai Wafer here, and today, pull up a stool, grab a drink, because we have got a massive one to unpack. We are looking into the crystal ball of the corporate elite. We are talking about the future of your job, your privacy, and apparently your only friend being a robot. Today's topic comes straight from the top of the food chain. We are looking at the 2026 tech predictions from Werner Vogels. If you don't know the name, he is the Chief Technology Officer at Amazon. He's been there since 2005. Basically, this guy is the Gandalf of cloud computing. Every year, he drops a list of predictions that usually sets the tone for the entire industry. This year, he's talking about something he calls the Renaissance developer, the end of encryption as we know it, and AI curing the loneliness epidemic. And honestly, when you first read through, the link is in the description by the way, it actually sounds surprisingly human. You gotta give the guy credit where it's due. He's not just talking about stock prices or server efficiency, he's talking about how tech can actually help the people society usually leaves behind. Take the loneliness point, for example. Vogels talks about Japan, where the population is aging rapidly, and how huggable robots and AI companions are helping elderly people who don't have anyone else. He tells this genuinely touching story about a guy with dementia who kept asking his caregivers, "What day is it?" over and over, frustrating everyone. But when he got an Alexa, he could ask it 1,000 times and the machine never got annoyed. It gave him his dignity back. That is powerful stuff. Then there's his take on us, the geeks, the coders. He predicts the rise of the Renaissance developer. The idea is that AI is going to handle the boring grunt work, the basic coding, the boilerplate stuff, which frees us up to be like Leonardo da Vinci. We stop being code monkeys and start being polymaths. We get to focus on the big picture, the system design, the creative problem solving. He's basically saying that humans are still the secret sauce, and that our creativity is the one thing the machines can't replace. It's a flattering vision, right? It makes you feel like we're entering a golden age where we all get to be artists and architects instead of just typing syntax errors until our eyes bleed. But it's when I stopped nodding along and started actually translating the corporate speak that my eyes started twitching, because beneath this beautiful painting of a renaissance, I smell a very specific kind of burnout. Let's look at this Renaissance developer thing again. Vogel says, and I quote, "It's no longer enough to know one thing." He says he wants his developers to be experts in tech and finance and regulatory requirements and system theory. Do you share what that actually is? That is not a renaissance. That is corporate downsizing disguised as a promotion. He's admitting that AI is going to do the easy 20% of the job, but instead of that making your life easier, it just means they're expecting you to do the work of 5 different departments. You're not just a back-end dev anymore. Now you're the security officer, the product manager, and the compliance lawyer all rolled into one. They are selling us super productivity as a creative revolution, but to me, it looks a lot like they just want to pay one person to run the whole bank. And then we get to the AI friend part. This is where the irony meter just exploded. Vogel says with a straight face that his concern is that companies might use these emotional support robots to serve you ads. He says, given the trust you put into this device, that's a big risk. Excuse me, sir, you work for Amazon. You guys invented the wiretap we voluntarily put in our kitchens. You are the kings of using our data to sell us stuff we don't need. Hearing Amazon warn us about the dangers of targeted advertising on smart devices is like Godzilla warning us about stepping on buildings. It's rich. He's saying, watch out for those bad companies, while Amazon's entire business model is built on knowing exactly what you want before you even know you want it. If I cry to my robot friend about a breakup, is Amazon gonna recommend a pint of ice cream and a subscription to Prime Video 5 seconds later? Probably. He also glosses over the military tech aspect way too smoothly for my taste. He mentions that defense technology is moving faster, behaving like startups. That sounds cool, until you realize we're talking about weapons development moving at the speed of a buggy software launch. Move fast and break things is a great model for a social media app. It is a terrifying model for kinetic weaponry. So look, the article's in the description, read it. Maybe I'm just being too cynical. Maybe this really is the dawn of a new creative era where we are all genius inventors and no one is ever lonely again. But that's why I leave it to you, geek-ly. You be the judge. Is this Renaissance developer prediction a genuine upgrade for our careers and creativity, or is it just a fancy way of telling us we're all about to do a lot more work for the same paycheck while our robot friends are trying to sell us the charger? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm dying to read your take. And that is the hard truth about this Renaissance developer fantasy. If you dug the breakdown, hit that like button, subscribe, and drop a comment telling me if you think this is actual progress or just more corporate marketing fluff. If you want to keep me caffeinated for the next rant, the Buy Me a Coffee link is down below. Also, help me out for tomorrow, cyberpunk neon background or the cozy hobbit hole. Let me know. I will see you in the next one. This was Kakai Wafra for NewsGeekly.